Bobby Kennedy Jr. has now been revealed in the establishment media to have once cut off the head of a whale on the beach and then taken this big fleshy bag of whale guts and strapped it to the hood of his car with the windows a little bit down because obviously he had to tie it up, and then to drive from Hyannisport, from the Kennedy compound, I guess, to Mount Kisco, New York, which is the town where Bobby Kennedy lived. And coincidentally, it's the town where I was born and grew up, the town right next to where I grew up. So I'm very familiar with this area. It's a very long drive with whale guts and juices and stuff just pouring out the whole time. And the media are reporting on this now, of course, because RFK endorsed Trump. This is from the New York Daily News. You've heard a few weird stories about Kennedy over the years, but back when Bobby Kennedy was a reliable Democrat, he was hailed as a great hero, a hero of environmental justice, a great lawyer, a scion of the wonderful Kennedy family. Then the minute that he started to go a little bit independent from the liberal establishment, all of a sudden, people came down on him. Even on the anti-vaccine activism that Kennedy's engaged in. Many people listening won't remember, but back when Kennedy was a loyal Democrat, the left even embraced the anti-vaccine activism. Jon Stewart on The Daily Show gave Kennedy this very soft, happy interview about thimerosal and vaccines. That was back when the left was still able to question certain aspects of big pharma, big agriculture. Not anymore. Now that the left has fully taken over basically every single institution in public life, now that RFK Jr. is running independent, especially now that RFK Jr. endorsed Donald Trump, oh man, he's a total kook. James Carville said he ought to be committed. Top Democrat strategist says a sane and serious country would commit RFK to an insane asylum. What's wrong with this? The headline makes it seem weird. RFK Jr. once chainsawed off a whale's head, took it home. I don't know. It was a beached whale. It was already dead. Whales are cool. And RFK Jr. is a hunter and an outdoorsman. RFK Jr. is into falconry. He hunts. There's another story about him like tossing bear carcasses into his car. This is going to be really scandalous for cosmopolitan liberals who've never handled a gun and who've probably never even taken a hike into nature. But this isn't that weird. People hunt. It's cool. In fact, this makes me think more highly of RFK's environmentalism. When I grew up, I assumed he was an environmentalist along the lines of the people who throw soup on Van Gogh paintings and blow up dams and, that worship Mother Gaia and chain themselves to trees while they hug them. But no, now I'm listening to all these stories coming out that are intended to damage RFK's reputation. It only makes me think more highly of him because it's clear enough. This guy's environmentalism is much closer to a Teddy Roosevelt-style conservationism. And that's good. I'm into that, man. I am not into just knocking down all of nature and building more Walmarts or something. I like nature. It is a conservative position to like nature, to conserve things, to be a conservationist. The difference between leftist environmentalism and right-wing conservationism is the object, the purpose of the conservation. For the left, we need to destroy all human development and advancement in order to preserve the sacred Delta smelt. In the left-wing version, we exist to serve the earth. We exist to serve the polar bears and the rock of the earth. Right-wing conservation says we love nature. We will place some reasonable regulations on industry and governments to preserve nature for our enjoyment because we like taking walks, because we like having cool whale heads on our walls, and we like bear sausage sometimes during hunting season, and we like beauty. This is actually why I've always defended King Charles's supposed environmentalism. The environmentalism of someone like a King Charles or a Teddy Roosevelt or apparently an RFK is the environmentalism of the garden. Not the environmentalism of the jungle, the environmentalism of the garden. That we're going to make beautiful spaces for ourselves to go fox hunting. I don't go fox hunting, but it seems nice. I like that there is fox hunting. I like that God's creation can be cultivated, curated, with nice boundaries, with pruning the bushes and everything. It's not wild, it's not savage, it's beautiful, but it's beautiful for us and for our enjoyment. And so we can flourish. We're made to have some interaction with nature, and so that we can know something about the creator from the creation, in the same way that you would learn something about Shakespeare by reading Hamlet or King Lear. I'm totally into it. That was a great clip. Now hold up, ring the bell, subscribe to the Michael Knowles YouTube channel. We'll see you next time.